Vanga named the signs of the zodiac with extrasensory abilities. Have you ever asked yourself, which of us is able to see what is hidden from the ordinary gaze? Who is born with the gift of reading minds, foreseeing events, and sensing people's energy as if a secret door to their soul has been opened? Vanga said that only a few zodiac signs carry this unique gift, psychic abilities that cannot be explained by logic. Today, I will reveal which signs possess this power and why ancient secret societies and mystics trusted them. This is not fantasy. It is the key to understanding who is capable of becoming a conduit between the visible and invisible worlds. Look carefully, because your sign may be on this list. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new revelations. And write in the comments, have you noticed such abilities in yourself or your loved ones? Sometimes even a single admission can be the first step towards revealing your own gift. Let's begin to uncover the secret left by Vanga. The first sign is Taurus. Taurus is one of those rare signs that have an innate ability to perceive more than what the eyes can see and the ears can hear. Its extrasensory power manifests itself through a special form of perception. It is able to sense invisible flows emanating from people, objects, and spaces. This is not intuition in its superficial sense, but the ability to literally scan what is happening around them at the level of subtle signals. Even in the most mundane situations, Taurus picks up on hidden nuances. He notices changes in his conversation partner's breathing, micro movements of the body, vibrations in the voice, and these details come together to form a complete picture of the truth. This skill makes him a person who is extremely difficult to lie to. Taurus's inner sensitivity is closely linked to their unique memory of sensations. Any touch, smell, facial expression, or sound can be the key to hidden information. They perceive other people's energy as an imprint, and if they have encountered something similar before, they instantly recognize familiar patterns. In everyday life, this manifests itself in the ability to quickly determine the intentions of others. Taurus knows in advance who is sincere and who is making plans for profit. His extrasensory abilities are especially strong when in contact with material objects. Taurus can read the things he touches. In their hands, any object comes alive with memories of its owner. The wear and tear of fabric, the smell of metal, the polished surface of wood, everything carries information that they decipher without words. For them, objects are not dead. They preserve traces of the past and hint at the events associated with them. Taurus is distinguished by his extraordinary stability of perception. His abilities do not flare up chaotically as with others, but act steadily and measuredly. He does not succumb to panic, does not lose concentration, and can calmly analyze even the most contradictory sensations. This trait makes them particularly strong in working with people. They know how to sort out complex situations, separating illusion from reality. Taurus is often attracted to spaces where others feel uncomfortable. Old houses, abandoned buildings, places steeped in history. There, he gains special strength because he can read the energy of the past. He can sense what happened there, what emotions were left behind, and how they still affect the atmosphere. Thanks to this, Taurus can warn others about mistakes or, conversely, show them where useful resources are hidden. One of Taurus's most striking features is their ability to influence those around them not only with words, but also with their own energy. Their inner resource is so strong that people around them feel the calmness and confidence that they themselves lack. They are able to literally convey their stability and fill others with a sense of security. This phenomenon explains why even those who are not used to trusting others are often drawn to Taurus. Equally interesting is his connection with nature. For Taurus, natural processes are the key to understanding subtle patterns. He senses the weather before it changes and can predict crop yields or the moods of animals. All this happens thanks to their ability to synchronize with the rhythms of the surrounding world. For them, the energy of the earth is not an abstraction, but a real language in which the world speaks to them directly. Taurus's extrasensory abilities also manifest through his body. It is like an instrument through which signals pass. Sometimes he feels pressure in his chest or heaviness in his hands when someone with strong emotions is nearby. Sometimes he feels heat or cold in response to certain events. These are not random sensations. They are a special form of perception that allows him to understand the invisible. Taurus is able to sense the future not through images or visions, but through specific premonitions that are expressed in practical thoughts. Change the route. Do not sign the document. Do not trust the person. All this looks like logic, but in fact it is based on his inner energetic perception. That is why he rarely makes mistakes in fateful decisions. The world perceives Taurus as a person with a strong will and a stable character, but there is much more to it than that. His invisible abilities allow him to create a special space around himself where people open up and show their true emotions and actions. He does not demand confessions, he just knows. This is what makes Taurus one of the most unusual possessors of extrasensory gifts, whose power is manifested not in demonstrative rituals, but in the ability to see the depth of things, events, and people. The second sign is Aquarius. Aquarius stands out because its abilities do not fit into the usual framework of logic. It is as if it is tuned to a radio frequency that other people cannot hear. Its extrasensory power lies in its ability to recognize the flows of information that surround space and transform them into meaningful images and decisions. They perceive reality on several levels at once. They see the external picture, sense hidden connections, and intuitively understand what a certain action will lead to. This multidimensional thinking makes them a person who is almost always one step ahead. The peculiarity of Aquarius is manifested in their ability to instantly assess the energy of a group of people. At meetings, gatherings, and even in casual conversations, they can read the emotional state of each participant. They notice tension, unspoken words, and hidden conflicts that have not yet manifested themselves. Thanks to this, Aquarians can predict how a group will behave, what decisions people will make, and how this will affect the future. His perception is connected not only with people, but also with the flow of ideas itself. Aquarius picks up on thoughts as if they were hanging in the air. Often he is the first to voice what others were just about to say. This is not guesswork. It is the ability to be so sensitive to the information field that he reads impulses faster than others. Therefore, when communicating with Aquarius, you get the feeling that they know your thoughts even before you have put them into words. Sometimes their gift manifests itself through unexpected associations. Aquarius connects scattered facts into a coherent picture that no one else notices. They are able to see hidden patterns where others see chaos. For example, they explain a person's actions based not on their words, but on small details: a habitual hand movement, breathing rate, a phrase spoken in passing. Every detail is a key to understanding the essence for them. Their extrasensory abilities are enhanced when they encounter new ideas, technologies, or systems. Where others see fog and complexity, Aquarius senses clarity. It is as if the inner codes of what is happening are revealed to him. This quality often leads him to discoveries and insights that seem like flashes of inspiration. But for him, it is a natural process of perception, when the hidden becomes apparent. Aquarius has a rare ability to sense the future through symbols. He may hear a random word, see a sign on the street, or encounter a certain sequence of numbers, and all of this turns into a message. For others, such details are insignificant, but Aquarius perceives them as part of a unified system. His thinking connects small details into a large structure, and thanks to this, he anticipates events without resorting to complex methods. His extrasensory power has another expression: the ability to direct the attention of other people. When Aquarius speaks, His listeners begin to see things they had not noticed before. His words seem to trigger hidden processes in the minds of those around him. Even if he does not attach any importance to it, his intonations and thoughts are capable of changing the perceptions of others. This feature makes him a kind of guide who opens up invisible horizons for people. Aquarius is not always aware of how powerful his abilities are. He thinks that his observation and analytical skills are just a talent, but in reality, he uses channels of perception that are closed to most people. He is like an antenna that picks up energy vibrations and turns them into information. This explains his ability to make quick decisions in uncertain situations. He sees possible outcomes so clearly as if he has already lived through them. Despite its unusual nature, his gift remains practical. Aquarius knows how to use his abilities for good, not for show. He helps people find solutions and shows them paths they had not even considered. They sense when it is dangerous for a person to go further and when, on the contrary, it is worth taking a risk. Their strength lies precisely in their ability to be an advisor who leads others out of a dead end. Aquarius's strength lies in the fact that their perception is not limited by boundaries. They can simultaneously sense both the present and what is only just taking shape. His ability to see connections between people, events, and ideas makes him one of the most unusual possessors of extrasensory abilities. For him, this power is not a separate gift, but part of his essence, which manifests itself in his every glance, word, and action. The third sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius has a gift that manifests itself through his unusual perception of the direction and meaning of events. He seems to see a way forward where others see only a dead end. His extrasensory abilities manifest themselves through his ability to sense the inner vector of events. He senses where a situation is heading, what the outcome will be, and how details that are invisible at first glance are connected. This ability makes him a person who rarely has to wander in doubt. He senses the right direction almost instantly. Sagittarius is particularly sensitive to the energy of a space. When he enters a room, he understands the prevailing mood within a few moments. He can sense what events have recently taken place and who has left an emotional mark. His perception is like an internal barometer. He senses when conflicts are brewing, where there is support, and where there is hidden opposition. This allows him to anticipate how situations will develop and find the right way to interact. An important feature of Sagittarius is that his strength is linked to clarity of consciousness. He can instantly distinguish truth from fiction. When someone tries to hide their true intentions, Sagittarius immediately notices inconsistencies in intonation, gaze, and movement. He does not need proof. His perception automatically picks up on inconsistencies. This quality makes him a person who is almost impossible to lie to. Sagittarius's extrasensory abilities are also expressed in his ability to combine information from different sources into a single picture. He is able to take disparate facts, random words, events, and signs and put them together into a logical whole. Where others see chaos, Sagittarius senses a system. His gift helps him find solutions in situations that seem unsolvable. Sagittarius's power is especially evident when he is faced with a choice. His inner sense tells him which step will be the right one. This is not just luck. It is the ability to sense the direction of energy flows. That is why he often finds himself in the right place at the right time. People around him tend to call it coincidence, but for Sagittarius himself, it is obvious. He simply follows his intuition. Sagittarius has the ability to sense other people more deeply than is apparent from the outside. His perception works not through words, but through inner resonance. They sense the emotional state of the person they are talking to, even if that person is trying to hide it. Moreover, they are able to predict what steps a person will take under the influence of their own emotions. This quality allows Sagittarius to anticipate people's behavior and use this information in their actions. Their extrasensory power is also manifested in a special attitude to time. Sagittarius senses when the moment is right for action and when it is better to wait. They can recognize the rhythm of events, as if they hear the internal metronome of life. Thanks to this, they do not waste energy and are able to act as effectively as possible. Their decisions often seem unexpected, but they are the ones that lead to success. Sagittarius is also gifted with the ability to perceive the symbols and signs that surround them in everyday life. For them, a random word, an image they encounter, or a sequence of numbers can be the key to understanding what is happening. Their ability to connect such details with their inner feelings turns trifles into important landmarks. This manifests his gift of seeing more than others notice. In an amazing way, Sagittarius knows how to influence those around him, even without trying. His confidence and inner strength are transmitted to the outside world. People around him begin to feel more clarity and calm. His energy seems to open up invisible horizons for others. This explains why he is often asked for advice. His words carry a sense of truth that is difficult to dispute. Sagittarius's extrasensory abilities shape his special role. He is not just an observer, he is a guide who can show the way. His strength lies not in demonstrating spectacular miracles, but in his ability to see the direction of events and help others move forward. This is the uniqueness of his gift. He connects knowledge, feelings, and experience into a clear line that reveals the true meaning of what is happening. The fourth sign is Cancer. Cancer's ability to notice the slightest changes in people is astonishing. Where others do not notice the slightest fluctuation in intonation or gesture, Cancer instantly reads hidden motives. This quality makes him a natural psychic. Their sensitivity is not a weakness, but a tool that allows them to penetrate the essence of what is happening without words. People around them often feel as if they are being read like a book, with its pages fully open. The peculiarity of Cancer is that their perception is multi-layered. They are able to pick up not only obvious signals, but also what is going on in the background. In the noise of voices, he picks out the phrase that decides everything. In a crowd of faces, he notices an emotion that no one else catches. His attention to detail is like a radar that picks up even the faintest impulses. Thanks to this, Cancer instantly understands where the truth lies and where the fiction is. Often, Cancer does not need direct evidence. They can sense when someone is saying one thing and thinking another. They can recognize hidden resentment, envy, or interest before it manifests itself externally. This ability makes them particularly valuable in negotiations, personal relationships, and business decisions. Where others trust appearances, Cancer sees the essence and is rarely mistaken. His ability to predict actions is not related to fortune-telling, but to deep analysis and incredible sensitivity. A single glance or brief contact is enough to form an accurate impression. This is not magic, but the result of an innate structure of perception that works faster than logic. Cancer senses changes even before they become apparent. He anticipates reactions because he catches their origins. This ability gives him an advantage in choosing partners and allies. He rarely finds himself close to those who are capable of betrayal. If deception does occur, Cancer senses its approach in advance. There is another facet to their extrasensory gift: the ability to subtly sense the mood of a space. When they enter an unfamiliar place, within a few minutes they understand whether it is comfortable or not, whether it is worth staying or better to leave. This quality protects them from many mistakes and allows them to move to places where the energy is favorable. Cancer cannot be fooled by loud words. They hear more than what is said aloud. Their strength lies in the fact that they see deeper than their eyes allow. This is what makes them one of the most unusual representatives of the Zodiac, whose sensitivity has become the basis for truly unique abilities. The fifth sign is Pisces. Pisces have a rare gift for seeing beyond the obvious. Their perception works like a scanner that instantly takes in a person as a whole. Their gaze, voice, movements. Every detail comes together to form a single picture, and the result of this analysis is always accurate. Pisces have the ability to instantly recognize moods and intentions, even if a person carefully hides them on the outside. The main strength of Pisces lies in their deep inner channel of perception. They don't just feel the emotions of others, they seem to absorb them, experiencing them together with the person they are talking to. Thanks to this, they are able to pick up on things that the person themselves is not aware of. Their extrasensory perception is based on extraordinary empathy, which turns communication into a process of complete understanding. In situations where quick decisions are required, Pisces are guided not by logic, but by internal signals. And these signals rarely fail. They sense where a particular step will lead and often choose a direction that later turns out to be the only correct one. This ability manifests itself as an intuitive foresight of events. Pisces have a phenomenal ability to pick up on subtle vibrations in communication. If a person is lying, they sense it immediately, without needing proof. Their strength lies in the fact that they perceive falsehood not with their minds, but with their whole being. That is why it is difficult to keep up a facade around them. It collapses on its own. A special quality of Pisces is the ability to see connections where others see chaos. They gather separate facts, feelings, and emotions into a complete picture that reveals the real essence of what is happening. This ability makes them valuable in any field where the correct analysis of people and events is important. Their gift is also manifested in their ability to work with images. Pisces often think not in words, but in images and sensations. This allows them to anticipate the development of a situation as if they already see it as complete. Their strength lies in the fact that they perceive reality not linearly, but three-dimensionally. This sensitivity makes Pisces extraordinary partners, mentors, and allies. People around them feel that they are under an attentive and deep gaze from which it is impossible to hide their true selves. This is what shapes Pisces' reputation as possessors of rare extrasensory abilities, capable of penetrating to the very core of human essence.